Okay, there we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm having some tech issues tonight. Bad connections, all kinds of weird stuff. Let's see if we can get this straightened up a little bit. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to put the usual disclaimers up here and information. So let's do that. Hope everybody's doing well. It's been a kind of a crazy, busy day for me. So let me see if this is kind of bright over here. Let's fix that. It's kind of glaring on my face. There we go. Okay. So if you're new, please email me with your information as I posted here in the chat. Your real name, your YouTube name, your shipping information, your PayPal information, and we'll go from there. I invoice through PayPal and use Pirate Ship for shipping, and I just got an email from them today that priority mail rates are going up, but I don't usually, I can't say I've ever used priority mail unless it's cheaper than anything else, but generally priority mail is almost more expensive, so that's not going to be an issue. Okay. There are sometimes, I guess, when it works out because it can be it's a flat rate kind of thing. Yeah, but Pirate Ship always figures out the best thing for me, so I'm not worried. So we do bidding increments of $1 or more, up to $10, and $2 or more after that, and that's going to be pretty much it tonight. I don't think we're going to get into some, anything in the $100 ranges for sure. Let's put it that way. If you haven't seen the preview, I mentioned in the preview that one of the things you're going to see a lot of tonight, I think, is earrings. I just got a whole batch of earrings, some stuff that we had, some stuff we found. So if I post sold in the chat, that means the bidding is closed. You do your bidding in the live chat. Make sure you're on live chat and not on top chat. Some people make that mistake, so let's not do that. Live chat definitely is there. There's usually about a 7 to 10 second lag from video to the chat. Something in that range. Sometimes it's better than that. Oh, you're walking. Okay, you're having on your evening walk. Yep. I haven't had a chance to do that today with the dog. She's not happy with me. So we're actually thinking about getting her a companion dog. I don't think I have any silver and gold items to worry about tonight. But I say that, but then I come across something I just didn't realize I had. So, but if I do, I'll let you know what's going on with it and my confidence level. Okay. So, if you're new and you just started to watch this video, whatever, we are in Northwest Vermont. I gotta do something with that glare. That is really driving me crazy. That wicked glare. See that? I can get rid of that. It's just that small, tiny little lamp I have over there. I usually have something to throw over it. I didn't bring it tonight. Block the light a little bit. Let me try something here. See if that'll get rid of some of the glare. There. Oh, that helped a little bit. Not much. But anyway, just move the lamp in a different location so it's not right against the side of my face. Okay, so yeah, we're up in Northwest Vermont, about an hour from the Canadian border, 2 hours from Montreal, about 40 minutes outside of Burlington, the city of Burlington, which is the closest city to us. Is that right? Well, actually, no, technically Essex Junction is a city now, so that's only 12 miles away. And I used to work at IBM right there in Essex Junction. That was my commute for almost 40 years. 30. I was a year and a half in New York and the rest of it up here. So, yeah. So that was a fun place to work most of the time, and they treated me pretty well. I can't have no major complaints there. And I worked for a couple of other companies besides that since then. I'm still working now part-time because they last company I worked for called me and asked me to come back part-time. So I did. So we're doing this. That's why I'm only doing this once a week. If I wasn't working, I'd probably be doing this more often and maybe at different times. But I have to get up in the morning, and I don't have to go very far. I go right where I'm sitting right now to work on my computer, my other computer. My work computer. This is my personal computer. If you're a follower of me on Facebook, me personally, I mean, you saw we picked a ton of strawberries from our strawberry patches here, and we just finished uh, 15 jars of strawberry jam. It came out pretty good from what we can tell. We didn't freeze. I mean, we refrigerated one of them so we could use it right away. Yeah, they came out pretty good. And I'm still getting strawberries. I picked up about a quart last night. I should have gone and picked tonight, but I didn't have time. They'll be there tomorrow. So it's fenced off. The critters aren't going to get to it. And that's what I've been spending the last several days getting our garden. It was so late getting our garden in this year. So late. This is the latest I've ever put it in. But the ground was so wet. I couldn't even mow my lawn. It was too wet to mow, and I had to get somebody professionally come in and use a brush hog and knock the grass down. And I'm still trying to pick up all and get it all nicer looking. It'll take time, but we get the garden in. A decent variety of stuff, so it'll be fun. Let me think here. What else? Is there anything else? I can't think there's anything else I can tell you about. Oh, we've had some fantastic hot weather. I know the rest of the country has been seeing that too. I think it was 85, 86 today. So it's been like that for the past week or so. We've had one day with some rain, thunderstorm, a couple of minor thunderstorms, nothing serious. So we could use the rain, actually. I say that after I say how wet my yard was, but that was in the spring. From the spring, we just had rain constantly. And then, of course, the snow melt on top of that, so it was pretty wet out there. But now it's been dry, and I have to get out there and water the garden every day. So we're rural, so I'm on a well, so I've got to be careful. I don't overdo stress my well. Okay, like I said, mostly jewelry tonight. A few odds and ends of things. I have some collectible things. I guess you call them collectibles. I literally, if you saw the preview, you saw that it was a lot of jewelry. I got one Ray Dunn piece or set that I'll show. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I'm going to tell you? I guess that's going to be it. So we will get started with something simple. So what I usually do is I switch cameras. I have a little table. I'm going to have a second camera on, and we'll show it that way. It's just too difficult for me with jewelry to show it like this background and everything. There are some times when I will use this camera to show things, but I think this is the better way to show you something clearly. So let's do that. Change my settings here and go change cameras. Hopefully you can hear me well. I do have an external microphone that I use here. So, oops, my camera is way off. I'm going too high. I should have set that up before. Yeah, okay. Well, I just put this up because I came across this the other day. And this is a vintage bottle. Oops, there's a piece of tape still stuck on the back. Get that off of there. That's what you're seeing on there. There's a little bit of tape. And there's still a bit of residue there. Just can get it all off. So this is an interesting little bottle. It's called Sloan's Liniment. It's got a number 70L-76 on the bottom, and an S, and a different S, and a 2. Now, if that means anything to bottle collectors, I don't know. Sometimes it means the date of manufacturer. I know this is vintage. I did kind of do a quick Google lens on it. Even recognized that it was a Sloan's Liniment bottle. I don't think it gave me a date range, though. Not that I can recall. I could do it again, I guess, if there's some curiosity. But there it is. So let me type that in the chat here. It's in really good condition. I didn't see any cracks or chips. It's got the usual lines on it from where it was molded. These are molded bottles, not blown glass. Come on, focus. Yeah, actually, I put something dark behind it. I might show the. Yeah, there we go. Show the lettering a little better. Put that behind it. It'll focus again now. Come on, focus. I said, there's a little bit of tape residue in the back there. That's just a. So Sloan's Limit bottle. We'll start this at $5. And I did, like I said, I did look it up. It's worth more than that, but I'm giving you the best deal I can give you on that. And see that it sort of helps show it up a little better. Yeah. And you can see it's you don't see any chips or anything. Like I said, there's a little bit of tape residue in the back there from somebody probably marked it one time. It could stand a little bit of cleaning. There are ways to get these things cleaned and polished. I've watched these bottle collectors on YouTube. This guy out of Georgia, they go in the creeks down there and places where there used to be mills and things like that, and collect soda bottles and all different types of bottles. And he has these giant. It looks like a rock polisher. I know that because I've got a couple. But it's a really long one, so you can put entire like wine bottles in there. And he uses like copper shavings, I think is what he said, to polish the bottles. And then if he's got a broken bottle, like the neck is broken off, he cuts it and makes it into a whiskey glass or a beer glass. That's pretty cool. So he's some beautiful stuff. But anyway, there's the first item of the night. And I don't know if anybody out there was a bottle collector, but like I said, we thought I'd throw it out there. If not, I'll just throw that out on eBay for somebody to grab. So, okay. We'll pass on that. We're going to do a couple things like that to start, just because it's always a little slow starting. And then if anybody sees these later, of course, they can always tell me, hey, I'm interested in that. So that is fine. The other thing I had tonight that sometimes I've shown in the past is music books. And if there's anybody out there interested in music books, I've got one for Jimmy Buffett and one for Lionel Richie. If you think you're interested in something like that, and put in my comments. Okay, I'll get this out of there. Let's do a piece of jewelry right away, and then we'll move on. What do we want to grab here? Like I said, I've just got so many to choose from. So let's go with these pair of earrings. Let me bring the camera down, closer and down. Oops, my light's in the way. Hang on. Okay. Yes, these are real stone and silver tone, little silver tone beads in between the various stones. I think the lighter stones might be moss agate. I can't recall what the other ones are. It could be aventurine, but I don't think so. But anyway, that is. Let's just call these the. They're kind of a green, but not a green. It's. See if I can give you a better lighting on this and get you the color better. And that's pretty good right there. That's pretty accurate. It's kind of a green to me, and my wife claims I'm blue green, so I have difficulty sometimes with that. So I'm going to call this the green stone earrings. And we'll start these at $4. Let's see if there's any interest with that price. I'll bring it up close because I think the color shows better. I have it up close. And I can get the lighting on there, right? I see Marlene at 4. And you can see there's little white stones in there to accent it. And then the silver tone, I'm going to say silver tone earring hoops. It could be silver plated or silver. But and I say that because there's some tarnish on them a little bit. If I remember, I'll take some silver polish to them just to make sure there's no tarnish. Okay, we're going to say going once. Going twice. Last call. And I gotta find my clipboard. There it is. And so oops, I must misspelled your name here. Sold Marlene for $4. And I didn't put it up on the screen in the description. primary colors. Green, stone, earrings. Okay, I'm gonna write your name on those on the card, and then I can put that with the stuff here. Okay. I'm gonna start a small box just to keep it separate. Give me a second. Okay. All right, let's see. What do we want to do next? Okay, I'm going to intersperse some of these. So this is an interesting piece I came across. Let me bring it up. And anybody out there, Avon bottle collectors? This is a vintage Avon Christmas candle. They call it Avon Christmas candle. It was Moonwind cologne. It wasn't it. And it's just the bottle now, and it's in excellent condition. No chips or anything on it. It's in beautiful shape. So, Avon, what happened? Just something just happened with the camera. Give me a second to see if it's going to come back. Oh, there we go. All right. Screen. There we go. Okay, Avon Christmas candle bottle. We'll start this one at $5. I know these are collectible for some folks, and I looked again. I tried to give you a fair price when I looked these up. This is way less than what. Well, I say I don't know what they sell for. But when I saw what some of them were being listed for, I made sure I cut my price in half. So if somebody's asking 10 or 15, I will cut it down to 5 or 6. So I'm still making money on it, so I'm happy. And it gets rid of some of the stuff I have in my room. So that's what that is. Avon Christmas candle bottle. And while that is up there, I will prep my next piece. I have one ring tonight, actually. I didn't even check the size on it. I should do that. We'll show that in a bit, but not right away. Bigger than I thought. It was not small, like some of the ones I showed last week. Oh, come on! I just lost video on my screen. I hope you can still see it. Getting some weird stuff tonight, and I've got a good connection too. I'm connected wired. I'm not wireless, so I'm not connected. How's it going? StreamYard's not happy tonight. Why am I doing this? It thinks it's on the Wi-Fi. No, disconnect that. Disconnect that. Make sure it doesn't think I'm on Wi-Fi. There. Okay. That maybe was causing the problem. I had my Wi-Fi connected as well. So yeah, Christmas in July. There you go. You got it. Okay, we're going to pass on that. Going to intersperse a few things, different things here. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Another pair of earrings. These are interesting. They're kind of an amber-colored seed bead, multi-loop kind of thing. So let me hold it up again like I did the last one. I don't know if it doesn't hang well on this card. You can see, you still get the idea of what it looks like. Kind of a amber-colored seed beads. Oops, I got to get rid of my other thing on the screen here. And so that's what I'm going to call this, amber seed bead earrings. We'll start these at $4. So let me show it again. It's got the silver tone. I'm saying silver tone because this isn't tarnished at all, and I suspect it's just silver tone, but that's Shepherd's Hooks style earring, and it's kind of an amber colored seed beads. Somebody had the bead all red on there, and then it's got, held in place by a gold tone comb, which I just realized it's kind of twisted. There we go. Maybe that's why it doesn't hang well. There we go. That looks better. Oh, come on. I just lost my video again. Good grief. Why does it think I'm Wi-Fi connected? I'm not. This is really strange. Huh. And I hope for you, whoever's watching, you're not seeing these interruptions. It may be just my computer. We'll see. I'm not running anything else, so that's the one thing I make sure I'm not doing anything else on the computer at the same time. I probably should have rebooted it before I started. It may have been a problem. Maybe something else going on there. But okay. All right. We will pass on those. I'm hoping Chris comes on tonight. If she shows up, please let me know. I found the missing necklace. Oh, and I have to apologize up front. I haven't put out invoices at all from last week, and I know I owe at least one person an invoice from the last 2 or 3 auctions, so I apologize for that. It has been really strange these past couple weeks. Like I said, we've had some strange weather, and I've had to do my garden, and I've had just it's been crazy. It's been crazy. Okay, so that was feelings. Okay, let's do. I'll save that for later. We haven't done a bracelet. Oh, I do have some bracelets now. I've got one very unusual bracelet. This is one that it does have a fast one, and it is not a stretchy bracelet. So I will measure it to get you the length. And I think it's a mixture of stone and glass, a mixture of glass and clay. I'm guessing from the texture and feel. No. My wife says this because I'm working now. I'm running out of time for things to do. And she's right. Okay, so this is a 7-inch bracelet. Silver tone clasp. A little lobster claw style clasp. And I think it's glass. I think these are clay. That's what they seem like to me. And the bluish beads are kind of a glass, I think. I can't tell what the smaller ones are. And there's some seed beads in there as well. So I'm going to call this, this is blue and green. So I want to say blue and green bracelet. We'll start this. $4 here. Let's stick with that number, I guess. We'll go with that. We'll start it at 4. So let me show it up close. Put it against my hand here so you can see a color. And actually, that color's come out pretty good on my screen. So you can see it's kind of a off pale opaque blue kind of on some of the beads, and then the ones that are kind of green and yellow, or I think they feel like clay. To me, they look like clay or a baked clay. I don't think they're acrylic. There goes my screen again. Why is it doing that? It keeps talking about Wi-Fi, but I'm not Wi-Fi connected. It says the connection's unstable. I may. Oh boy, this is crazy. Weather's good here, so it can't be the weather doing this. At least not on my end, anyway. I may try something here. Hang on a second. I'm going to disconnect that. Let's see if that solves my problem. Yeah, I get it. I just disconnected from my VPN. Let's see if that solves the problem. Maybe my VPN was kind of iffy. Okay. No interest in the bracelet. So we will pass on that. One thing I forgot to do for myself was get a box to put things in that I'm done with. Okay, that was a bracelet. Oh, we haven't done a necklace yet. Let's do a necklace. Let's do the ones that's in the preview. This is, I believe this is all glass. It's very cold. It could be stone, but I don't think so. Let me bring the camera up. Oh, let me get rid of this on the screen. It's cold to the touch. It's got an extension chain. I'm going to say this is overall length. I'm going to say it's probably about 18. I'm trying to get this in. Get that. It's 16. Okay, 16 even with the extension. So, hold the camera. Oh my goodness, I'm having all kinds of tech problems tonight. Bring that back up again. It went down on me, that's why. Okay. So, I think 16. Oh, I did say 16-inch. It's kind of green with blue, and there's another green and blue. So I'm gonna just go with that. Green and blue necklace. We'll start this one at $6. I'll show you the material up close here. Let me refasten it. There's no name on it, but I always find it interesting when they put this. I'm sorry, I'm trying to rehook it here. I always find it interesting when they put the little extra bead on the end of the chain. To me, that signs, it's an extra thing that they generally don't have to do. But I want to show you the colors. It's kind of that green white look, and I don't think it's stone. I think it's glass, but it is, like I say, it is cold to the touch. These the round ones I think are definitely glass. Very pretty color, I think. Is there any interest in that? Oh, excuse me, I'm gonna grab a sip of water. Try to stay hydrated. You can probably hear the air conditioner going in the background, maybe not. It is a comfortable 72 in here right now, so that's not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Just trying to start the show next here. Now let's do some earrings. This next pair of earrings was actually in a sealed bag, I think. Yeah, I went and spent the bucks to get myself an air conditioner for this room. I had to. It's got this is a metal. It's a metal roof over us here, dark blue metal roof, and when you get these sunny days, that metal heats up, and even with the insulation I have up there in the attic, it's still no. It doesn't keep the heat manageable. Now, I gotta check something on these earrings before I show them, because of what it says on the card. And I don't believe it. No, I don't believe it. I think it just happened to be on that card. The card says silver, and if they're silver, they're not marked, and I don't say they are. So I think it's just a card they will put on. So we'll show you these in a minute. All right, let's pass on. Yeah. Yeah, well, the metal roof is nice in the wintertime because, like I said, it does get hot and it does shed the snow most of the time, but not all of the time. Um, Depends on the weather. So, anyway. Okay, we're going to pass on this. Whoops, I'm typing the wrong spot here. And set that aside. So, yeah, we have AC, but it's just room, window air conditioner. So that's what I have here, and I have in the bedroom downstairs and the living room. So it's not cheap to run though. Okay, so we got these really pretty earrings here. I'm going to bring the camera closer. Ignore the label. It is not silver. I'm going to take it right off screen so you don't think it is. You're seeing a lot of light reflection here and I'll give you a better picture here in a minute. These are actually a red and gold, red with a gold on gold trim, gold tone. And we'll start these at $5. And let's bring it up close so you can see them and see if we can get that glare off of there so you can get the color better. I'm trying to get that reddish. It looks almost black on the screen, but they really are a dark red. If I can try to dim the light. No, it's the camera does this sometimes. It overcompensates. So that's the wrong direction. Let's go this way. Let's dim the light. Okay, that's as dim as I can get it. And you can almost see the red. If I angle it. Yeah, you can see the red a little bit better when I angle it. Get that glare off of it. But it's a very dark red. So that took the light away completely. You get the background light a little bit. You can sort of see it. But they're really nice earrings. And like I say, the red, if you like red, and gold tone, you're a post earring. You see, ignore the label. I should just wipe that out with a Sharpie. It's not true. Yeah, not marked. There's no label, no signature, anything like that. So, get up there. I can almost make out that red, but not quite. Even if I pull the light far away, it doesn't do them justice. I apologize for that. But there's no interest anyway, so we're going to pass. And we'll set those aside. Okay. Let's do another Avon bottle. Like I said, I've got a couple. This one here is, let me increase the light here on this one. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, giving you a light show here. There we go. I think that's the light, huh? All right, let's try this again. Goodness, trying to get through all the cycles. There it is. And I can't. This is just driving me crazy here. It's all loose, loosey goosey. Here we go. Okay, and brighten it up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so this isn't. Let me get rid of that on the screen. Yeah, disco ball. It, the remote for this, the battery died, and wouldn't you know it, it's the ones. I have a huge amount of batteries, and it's the one battery that I don't have. A 2025. So I keep right. When I go to the store, I never remember to buy one, and I usually just order them online anyway. But all right, so this is another Avon bottle, Avon Angel. I think it has an Avon bottom. It is from the Candid Ultra Cologne collection. There's a number on it, 3324. I don't know if that's probably a batch number, but there's the. Actually, I can read it better on my screen than I can by looking at it with my eyes. Yeah, it's a pale blue color, really pretty, excellent condition. This was a pretty collectible one, surprisingly. But I'm not gonna. Again, this is Avon. We'll start this at $6. Again, I did look it up, and the prices were all over the place on this. Maybe because sometimes they have the actual perfume still in it, but this one is empty. I do have a lot of perfume, but I can't sell it. I can't sell it online. That's one of the rules, apparently. So I can sell the bottle, but I cannot sell the perfume. So, and actually, it still smells a little bit of whatever it was in it. I just got some in my hand. Don't have smell-o-vision though, so I can't tell you what it's like. But anyway, there she be. I assume she. Angels. Most people refer to angels as she's, but Gabriel was not a she. So, okay. I shouldn't say was not. It is not. I push that around. Okay. Well, I think about what the next piece of jewelry to put up. Earrings. More earrings. I actually have more necklaces than I recall, but I do have a lot of earrings. So. Yeah, eBay doesn't allow the sale of perfume anymore. I think, and makeup is the same issue. I think there's some issues with makeup. Well, makeup expires, right? So we have to watch for expiration dates. Perfume, not so much. In fact, I actually have a very interesting perfume from the estate that's in this little cylinder, and it's got a little glass. It looks like a pipette, if you know what a pipette is. A little glass cylinder, very tiny, has just a little bit of perfume in it. You open the glass and you get one dose of perfume. And this is probably pretty old, actually, from the estate. Actually, I do have a couple items from the estate, not much, but I got to do some more digging into the boxes and stuff. But anyway, yeah, I would believe there's collectors for just about anything out there. But you never, but finding them in your audience isn't as likely. So okay, well, no interest in the Avon Angel. I said Avon Angel. Oh well, you know what I meant. So let me put that aside. And what was I going to show next? Oh, there they are. More earrings. Yeah, get the camera down like that. There we go. I think you see these. I think are stone as well. The different kind of hooks on that is that I'll show you in a minute. But how am I going to describe this? This isn't blue and green. Kind of a lighter weight. Now. I'm going to call this just to come up with a description that just makes it different from the others. I'm going to call this, oops, clicking the wrong thing here. I'm going to call this the 2 bead. And I know there's more than 2 beads, but it's the 2 stone beads. And we'll start this at $5. Okay, so these are not shepherd hooks, they're these clasp style hooks, like that. Can you see that? There we go. And I don't think there's any markings on here. It looks like it could be silver, but it's not marked, and I didn't test it. So it could be silver plate. And if I just hold it up so you can see how it hangs, it'll go like that. That's how we would wear it, I think. Like that. And it's got a silver accent bead in between, beads in between. I'll show one on the card, one on the white, so you kind of get the idea. The color is pretty accurate here. In the picture, at least in my video, it looks pretty accurate. It's interesting how the camera gets fooled by the different backgrounds. Anyway, okay, that's up. I forgot these other items. Shoot. Just looking something up here. Okay. No interest in these. On TikTok. Oh, collectors on. Oh, yeah. Huh. Yeah, I have a small bin of makeup. Well, some of it's new. And I have sold some of that in the past. I think you, at least a couple of my regulars here have been around when I've sold some of that. But I have some more vintage stuff in a box the other side of this room that I could dig into someday if anybody's interested. I think some of it's Avon, maybe. So I also have some, one of the things I sold a while back, and I still have a couple. These, and I usually I'll probably wait till around the holidays. I have these massive peppermint pigs. They're brand new in a box. And I sold a couple of them a year or so ago, and I didn't realize I had more. I came across them when I was digging through another box. So, and that's one thing about they won't spoil. All right, we're done with this one. We're going to pass. How about a nice watch with a genuine leather strap? And we just, I gotta put these earrings aside here so I don't drop them on the floor. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I've thought about doing some videos like that. Okay, so there's oh boy, lighting's not doing this any good, is it? Let me bring it up close, and then we'll show you. We want to show that it is working. It's got a brand new battery in it. Yeah, it's a little dirty. I didn't clean it. I didn't clean crystal. It just says, I think it just says diamond on there. The little, you can see the little fake diamonds. I suspect they're fake on the top, or the fake diamond on the top. But it does work. Brand new battery I just put in it. Leather strap. I think it says leather somewhere on there. Yep. Get it to focus. No, imitation leather. My mistake. Sorry. I knew it said the word leather. But the strap is in excellent shape. It just, but curled up from, I think, the way it was stored. gold tone. And here's the back. You can read this upside down. You can't read it when it's upside down. Well, you can read it when it's upside down, but it's not easy. Base metal, stainless steel back, Japan movement. I guess you could call it a lady's watch. I'm just going to call it watch. Watch with black strap. And we'll start this at $5. How's that for a deal, huh? So, but it is an electric watch. And you can see from my thumb, it's not a big watch. It's very, so, I say some would call it a lady's watch. I could say anybody could, I think anybody could wear it, personally, if the strap is long enough. The strap, you can see, is in excellent shape. It's just a little curvature to it. I think that's, again, like I said, it was stored with it closed up. So, oops, okay. A sip of water. Good thing for me that doing this on Wednesdays instead of sometimes when I have to do it on Thursdays, that I don't have to get up early Thursday morning. I can get up a little later to go to work, so it works out better for me. Anyway, look for the next item here. Like I said, let's just reach in the box and grab some random earrings here. So, see what we can find. Ooh, interesting. Tangled. I got a pair of them tangled together. Ooh, interesting. Okay, let's do that. Okay, no interest in. No interest in the watch. No more dealing. Yeah, it takes. I guess I could make a video. It takes time and as it is, even today I was kind of rushed. We had to go out and do some shopping. By the time I got back home, I just kind of I had fortunately planned some stuff in advance, so I'm not too flustered tonight. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna have to. I have so many things I should be putting on just on eBay in general that I haven't been doing. I literally have, according to my spreadsheet, somewhere in the range of 4,000 to 5,000 items I could be posting. And I only have about 100 and something right now out there. So yeah, that's good. I've got a huge vinyl album, huge vinyl album collection, and a huge comic book collection. Okay, earrings. How about we go with some really interesting crystal-like looking earrings? I say crystal-like because I think these are acrylic. I'm pretty confident of that. But they do look nice. And they got a little bit of a silver trim on the ends of the crystal-like things. So I'm going to call these the crystal-like earrings, and we'll start these at $4. Excuse me. I got to mute. Hang on. Yeah, sorry about that. Oh, suddenly got a tickle in my throat. It may be the air conditioning doing it to me. It dries the air out. So, okay, let me just show these again on my hand better so you can see it better. And, what they look like. In fact, let me take it off the card altogether. your shepherd's hook, of course. Wasn't obvious what that is, but that's what they are. And so when it's hanging down, let's see if I can get it to hang down my hand here properly. You can kind of get an idea what it looks like. I think it shows better against a hand some of these items than showing it on the white against. They're light, very light, because of the not being an actual crystal or stone. But they do catch the light pretty nicely, actually. So you see the contrast of what it looks like against the black and against the white. There. Another simple one. See if that helps. Okay. I've been debating lately about maybe starting later on these, if I'm doing Wednesday nights. It seems to work better for many people. I know I will be competing with some other auctions by doing that, but okay. Well, no interest in those. That's fine. Let's see here. Like I said, I have the ray done in the preview, so let's show that. Let's put these away properly. So it was a set. Let me get the camera up and back a little bit here. Is a block. So there's the block. You see, if you look at the edges, I don't think these were ever used. They don't have any staining on them. Maybe this one does because where it was stored. No? That looks pretty clean too. And it still had the little foam piece inside there to stack them with, which is kind of neat. So, already done. Set. We'll start this at $8. And one site said that this was discontinued. I don't know if that's true. I think sometimes people put that out there thinking it's discontinued, and then, hey, Killiam, nice to see you on there. And I see Killiam at 8. Thank you. Yes, I think some people put stuff like that, even they're not sure, and I'm not sure if it's discontinued or not. I have no reliable source that I could say this is discontinued. Nice to see you, Killian. And so we will see no more bids on this, so that's okay. I don't have a big audience. I think there's a very big audience out there tonight anyway, so we will say going once. At least not right now. I know it seems like this is why I was talking about starting a little later, because I think a lot of people, my 8:30 start for the West Coast Central Time Zone and West Coast folks it might be too early for them. So we will maybe shift to a little later time, going twice. Last call. Thank you. Sold. I'll write that down. Okay, that's written down. Let me put that in a safe place. And grab another set of earrings here at random. It's like when they reach in for a lottery. I'm reaching into this box and just seeing what I grab. Oh, I gotta definitely show one of these. Oh yes. Yep. Interestingly enough, we bumped into another woman recently who makes earrings, Now, for those of you who've been to some of my previous auctions, I've been showing some dichroic glass from a local artisan. Well, this came from a woman who's retired, and let me get that off the screen. And so we have a few of these that we got from her, and these are this particular one I believe is hand painted. Some of what she has well, hard to explain, but they're not what you think they are. They're not plastic. It's paper. These are paper, and then I don't know what kind of a coating it is on there, but it's hardened. It's on a nice silver thing with a little red bead accent. And you see that there's the front and there's a back. And so the back has a cactus on it. Now, I've got a couple of others here too to show, but this is the first one. I just grabbed this at random. She even has here. It's her. She calls herself Just for Fun earrings. Clean with soft cloth. Do not use chemicals or water. So, yeah. So I'm going to. I'm going to call this the Cactus Handmade Earrings. And we'll start these at $5. He said she gave us a good deal, so I'm passing that on to you. So she's retired. I see Killian at $5. Let me grab a sip of water first. I think the air conditioning in here is drying me out. So we'll say going once. Oh, I didn't put that up on the screen. And we'll say going twice. Last call. Sold the Killian for $5. I think, I didn't try to figure out what something like that would be worth on when I looked online, but being handmade, it's really hard to justify what something that could be worth. So I try to, I'll make sure I make something on it, but I don't want to. I want to keep it within a reasonable reach, I guess. Okay, let's do the last bracelet I have for the evening. This is an unusual one. I think I say unusual. I haven't had it's unusual to me because I haven't had anything like this for bracelets. I don't think there's a clasp on it either. And it doesn't stretch, so it's really unusual. I'm not sure how that works, but this is what it is. And I'm going to call this the silver and bronze. Oh, there we go again. Sorry, I've been having some difficulties tonight. Yeah, it's difficult to know what's a fair price for handmade stuff like that. I mean, if we were doing, we used to do craft shows and stuff like that in the past. We had, we know what we had in it. But when we're dealing with secondhand things, it's a little different. You don't really know what the effort was and what the return should be. So, okay, so this is the silver and brass bracelet. Oh, I will set this at $4. I have no idea what to ask for it. This one, you can see it's got this interesting woven piece on the bottom here, and then these brass, and then silver with the maybe rhinestone pieces in there. And I was looking at this and I was saying, I don't see where it comes apart.
to fit it out, to stretch it, and it doesn't have a stretchy core. It's got this same corded core, unless these strings. I don't know. That's why I was wondering about the strings. I thought maybe if I pulled on it or something like that, but maybe it does, and I just don't. I don't want. I don't want to. No, it does. There we go. It does stretch. So, and then you pull the strings to tighten it. Looks like. Okay, that's cool. Yep. You see, I just saw your comment, Kelly. I'm looking at the thing over here off to my left, and then I turn around and look at my screen to see your comment. So yeah, you just pull it. Okay, fine. That shows my lack of knowledge of some jewelries, but it is interesting. It's very colorful. It's very bright. Um, so interesting. Okay. Okay. I did put that up on the screen. But you get the idea. Okay. Now I know. Learn something. Just like at my job this morning, I had a very interesting meeting first thing early this morning, and there was an issue with some of the software I've been working on, and we have a team of about 20 something people that we meet every morning. Some of them are here in the US and some are in India, and so it's very interesting. The people in India are just fantastic, and they helped me through the problem I was having with it, so it was great. Okay, well, no interest in that. We will pass. So that is a unique thing. I guess it was more unique than I expected. That's interesting. Huh. So obviously somebody pulled it pretty tight already. All right. Earrings. Like I said, lots of earrings. I have a lot of earrings tonight. Let's see. What's this here? Oh, no, can't show that one. Something wrong with that one. Okay. Sure, let's do that. Let me get the focus. Okay. Silver with hearts. Okay, silver tone and hearts. Again, I'm going to start these at $4. Passing the savings on to you. So actually, they show pretty good against this black. Yeah, they're a post earring. I'll show you how they hang. The red and silver tone hearts, and a heart at the top of it on the loop. And I don't think the card that they were on, the card they originally were on at one time. Just knowing where we got these, whoever had them, just. Okay, well, that's it there. Give it a minute. And we'll go to another. Oh, so I got some of these other things too to show. I got some non-jewelry things I keep forgetting I got to get to. And I get more earrings and another watch. So, okay, no interest in those. Yes. I got a really cute paperweight. Oh, perfect. There we go. All right, so this is a sea turtle. Paperweight. I want to say it's blown glass, but I'm not sure. But it is from Pottery Barn. If that means anything. We're going to start this one at. I did comp this one. I couldn't find one exactly like it, which was really frustrating. But I found something that was very similar, and it was also Pottery Barn related. So I want to start this one at $9. Again, remember I mentioned during the video earlier, a lot of these things I try to get way less than what they go for. So it still has the Pottery Barn sticker on the bottom. This is interesting. Do not place near windows or in direct sunlight. A magnified light may result in the risk of fire. I thought that was pretty interesting. It's in great shape. There are no nicks, dents, scripts, or anything. Anything you see that appears to be that way is really just the reflection of light. So I see Killiam at 9. Oh, she still loves. My daughter, my middle daughter, I should say, is a turtle lover. She had a pet turtle when she was a kid. And we have a lot of times the issues we have up here are turtles crossing the road. She will stop her car, get out, pick up the turtle, and help it get across the road so it doesn't get run over. We don't have much for snapping turtles up here. We have them, but they're not as common. Mostly we have what we call box turtles. So it's pretty cool. So, all right. We'll say going once. Going twice. Last call. And sold. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And put that with your array done stuff. Okay. Let's do we haven't done a necklace for a while, have we? Let's do a necklace. So just got a sticker on. Barcode on that we don't need to have. Hang on a second. Oh, come on. There. Now it's on a hanger thingy, but it's not new. And I'm looking to see if there's a clasp one, but I don't see one. Like a picture, there isn't one. This is just simple. Bring the camera up. And focus. Get that all in the screen here. Go a little higher. Yeah. I'll give you a length on this. I'm going to guess it's closer to 20 inch. Almost 19 inch. And let me take this off here. It really isn't doing any good. It's just the way it was displayed. And I want to show the clasp. So, okay. So, it feels cool to the touch, but not cold. So I'm going to assume this is not glass or stone. It's alternating white and opaque beads with the round clasp on it. I almost think that somebody made this, but oh yes, I do have more of those. I'll get to those and tell you in a minute. So let's go with this. This is white and opaque necklace. We'll start this at $6. There's any interest in that? Again, I'll show the thing up close. It's about 18 to 19 inches long. It would go nice with a darker outfit, like and I'll look for those earrings right now. Oh, I know where they are. Yeah.
Okay. Let me grab another sip of water. Like I said, very dry in here. I may have to go turn that air conditioner down. It's dropped it down to 70, 71 in here. Of course, maybe because it's getting cooler outside finally. So, okay, we're going to pass on this. Set that aside. Okay, yes. I think this is Jermaine, what you're looking for. And these are another pair here. The camera. There's the one side. There's the other side. So this has got a silver accented bead or piece above it. I think we'll call these the red and silver. Yeah, silver, spelled silver, right? Tone, handmade earrings. And what was I asking for the other ones? I don't even remember right now. Was it 5 or 6? Did I write it down? I didn't write it down. That was my mistake. Sorry, Killian. I'll accept whatever. I can't remember what they said. I was just going back and looking. Yeah, $5. Okay, that's what I asked. 5. Okay. I want to be consistent here. 5. Yep. Okay. And you could write that down from the other set. And I assume that's a bid. So we'll write that down. Okay. And turtle. I didn't do that. Goodness, I'm slipping tonight. It's okay. I always go back through. Anyway, yeah. Okay. So we'll say going once. Going twice. Last call. Sold. Thank you. I may have one more pair. I'll have to look. That was your other pair. All right. Oh, this is unusual necklace. I should show this. This one has a lot of seed beads in it. And a very unusual clasp. Yeah. Let me bring the camera back up. So some black seed beads, and I think that this is a seashell that's been carved into that shape. On black seed beads. And it looks like about an 18-inch chain. The fastener on the chain is a button. Button through the loop on the end. Button to the buttonhole, sort of thing. So, black and seashell necklace. We'll start this at $6. No, 5. Let's do this. Let's stick with the 5. We'll go with that. We'll see. Anybody's interested? Okay. Now that's there. Look for this one. You know what? I didn't find it. I have more necklaces in there. I remember. And certainly a lot more earrings.
I always have to check the earrings because I'm always worried that they're damaged. Set that there. Oh, no, I didn't. I guessed at the length. Hang on. Let me actually measure it. Not including the pendant. Button. I'm going to have to stretch it out, but it looks to be, it says 8.5 inches, so 17. I said 18, I said 16 or 18, so that's in that range. That was close. You did miss it. I did. I was hedging. I think it's 17 inch. This is handmade. Oops. Let's try typing a 1 instead of a exclamation mark. There. But yeah. So, oh, I see killing at 5. So we'll say going once. Going twice. Last call. And sold Kellyanne for $5. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Put that in the thing, and I guess I'll remember to write it down this time. Okay. Oh, earrings. Another pair of earrings. These are shepherd hooks earrings. Bring the camera down. And update the screen here. Get rid of that down there. There we go. Yeah, I sometimes I can guess pretty accurately, and other times with some I'm not sure what throws me off. But anyway, okay. So gold tone, and it looks like a rhinestone maybe or something like that. I'm gonna, for lack of a better term, let's call it rhinestone, I guess. Earrings. We'll start these at 5. No, 4. $4. So just so you see, it's a shepherd's hook gold tone. I know these. I got to take them off of this card because it just isn't showing them really well. Give me a second. I got to pull the little rubber thingy off it. I know there's a name for that. I just don't remember it. But, okay, so just to show you what it looks like that way, and as you wear it. So it would probably appear like that on your ear. And matching one there. As you can see, that it's not. This is about 1 inch long, roughly. This the part with the stones on it, or rhinestones, roughly. My thumb is roughly 1 inch, so. It's interesting. My body, it's probably TMI, but my thumb is about 1 inch. My foot is a foot. I have big feet. So when I need to pace something out, I can pace it out pretty closely to what it's supposed to be. We play cornhole sometimes during the summer, and I can pace out this distance between the boards pretty closely to what it's supposed to be. In case nobody brought a tape measure. Anyway, here they are. You see Killian at 4. And that's not going to stay like that. Looks like going once. Going twice. call. And sold Kellyanne for $4. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, suppose there's this. Somewhere I've got a whole bag of those little plastic stops, I guess whatever you call them. Actually, I have some of the metal backings for the post, two brand new ones somewhere. Okay, so that one. The other stuff. Oh, jewelry related, sort of. How about another watch? I showed a watch earlier. This is a Timex. And you won't believe what I'm asking. This is a Timex wind up watch. We'll start this one at $5. Does work. I wound it up, and you can see it's, well, here. I know the crystal's a little dirty. I apologize for that. I really didn't try to clean it. It probably is a little buffed up as well, but it is a Timex, and it is 9:53 here, and I did set the watch a while ago and wound it up. It is a wind up. No battery. No battery. The strap is in good shape. Here's the back. Stainless steel. And even the strap is marked, I think, somewhere. Right there. Hong Kong. 100% stainless steel. Don't know if anybody's interested in those types of watches, but there it is, a working. It doesn't have a second hand, which I think was pretty common back then, but it does keep time. I turned this on. I wound it up earlier today, set it, and it does keep time. I don't know how often you have to wind it. I have no idea. It's been a while since I've owned a wind up watch. There it is. In a back box of tricks here for earrings and see what we can put now. Ooh, these are interesting. I think I'll go with a different than this. I think we'll go with a different than that. Oh, okay, right there. Okay, no interest in the Timex. It's okay. I'm just checking on something else here. All right, we'll pass on that. I would call this possibly a lady's watch. Very, very delicate and small. Nowadays, can't say that it's always the case. Then we get this pair of gold tone earrings with, I'm not sure what you call that. And the card, oops, let me get rid of this message on here. That shows it better. Let me see if I can. Gold and orange, I guess we'll call that, right? Your post earrings. We'll start these at $4. Your post with a gold tone gold tone clip, but the post itself is not gold tone. I don't know if it matters, so you're not going to see the post anyway when you're wearing them. And you can see from again, they're about an inch in length. And it's almost like a gold lame kind of finish. Is that the right word? Yeah, abstract. Yeah, definitely. They're both not identical. I noticed too. I didn't realize until I get it up close on camera, but they're slightly different. You look at it and say, "What's the difference between these?" Well, there are some slight differences. It's interesting, and to reflect some of the light, definitely changes the pattern. Let me put some of the back, changing my background light. That might help. Okay. While those are being looked at, I'll grab a. Oh, there's not another one. Okay. Let me pass on these. And more earrings. But before I do earrings, let's switch to something different. We'll go back to another Avon bottle. We were here at the beginning. I had a couple. This one is called Sweet Honesty Cologne from Avon. And I get the little mouse on the top. That's what we call it. Avon mouse bottle. We'll start him at $5. Any interest? It is green. It's got the bow on it there, like that there. So it's like a package. And a gold tone mouse on the top. And so it showed you the bottom. It is empty. Is there any interest in that? Let's see. I think we'll do this next. Then we'll show the ring. The one ring I got tonight. Oh, I almost forgot about this too. And this. Oh yeah, I got lots of stuff to show you. Okay. All right. It is an interesting color, yes. Green, green, green. I don't know if that it was packaged like it's supposed to be for Christmas. It doesn't mention anything about being Christmassy. This is called Sweet Honesty. So, but I know this is collectible, at least from what I saw online. And so I put it out there, see if there's any interest. We will pass on that. And set that aside. And where was I? Oh yeah. I've got. It says this is June Alexandrite. I don't know if this is the original packaging they're on, but it sure does look. The earrings sure do look like they could be for June. And we'll start these at $5. I'll bring it up close so you can see it better. It's a plastic one.
And you can see the stone. They're post earrings. Again, I don't know if this is the original card they were on, but it's sort of the color certainly matches Alexandrite, so I'm inclined to think that this is accurate. I did not see any markings on them, but they are quite delicate. If you can see, not a large earring, and very light. Okay. All right, we'll pass on that. And then we're going to show the only ring I have tonight. And it's a size 8. I'll show you what it is, a size 8. Right there, right on the mark. So it's silver tone there, but then it's got this green enamel and one little stone-ish there. There are no markings on this. Set it down, and I really don't know what to ask for this. Let's start it at $5. I have no idea what it's worth. It is not marked. So can't say that it's silver. I think it's just silver tone. Could find no markings on it whatsoever. But I thought it was interesting. Size 8. Let me take it off the mandrel. Show you it on my finger. It will go on my pinky. I forget what kind of setting they call that, but anyway. The only one we have tonight. It's not green all the way around, just what you see when you're wearing it. I guess that there's some kind of crystal in there, because it does seem to catch the light nicely, as you can see when I move it around. Okay. Let's sit that there for a second. Like I said, I'll show you that there's no markings I can see inside. Oh, I see Marlini at 5. So looks like going once. Going twice. Come on, computer. React. There we go. Last call. And so, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll write that down. Okay. Oh, yep. Another well, I guess you could call it a jewelry box or a trinket box. It's more of a trinket box. So let me show this. Get this off the screen. And I'm going to type in the description what it is. Let's start this at $8, I think. Okay, this is ceramic.
And the reason they call it the Barcelona trinket box is because that's what it says in the lid, Barcelona. So there's a little bit of residue from a sticker on here. I tried to clean it up a little bit, but I can clean that up better. I'll leave it for you to finish cleaning, but it's very interesting. Ceramic piece. There's the interior. No damage that I could find. Bottom's a little dirty, but I think that's just from where it came from. Kind of an abstract art, maybe? I don't know. I wish we could call it that. It is, let's give you a size here. Well, not quite 3 inches square, looks like. Just 2 3/4. Oh no, it's 3 inches. It is 3 inches. I just had my ruler in the wrong spot. So it's a 3-inch square piece, or 23 centimeters. No, not 23. That's the wrong end. You're in the wrong way. Yeah, that doesn't sound right when I said it either. 8 centimeters. Yeah, that makes more sense. And maybe 1 inch high. Yeah, just with the lid about 1 1/4 inches. Really colorful piece. It's interesting. See when my hand comes in there, how the light, the camera changes because of my skin tone. Makes the camera change. It's kind of weird. It does that, and I don't know how to disable that. The automatic adjustment thing. I don't think it's in my settings of this here. Nope. Anyway. Oh, I said killing at 8. Alrighty, I'm gonna say going once. Going twice. Ah. Got my keyboard. Last call. Right number in there. So we're killing him for $8. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, that jar stuff. Okay, what do we got here for earrings left? No, not going to show those. These were fun. No, I didn't show these last one. Oh, no, I got a necklace. Let me do a necklace first. I got 2 necklaces actually. Let me pop this off of here. And I'm not. It's cold, but I don't. I think this is glass, not a stone. A green necklace. I mean, it's pretty much what I'm gonna call it. Green glass necklace. We'll ask. Oh, let's start this one at $7. I'll show it up close here in a second. As soon as I soften my lap. Trying to get something out of a package, one of the pair of earrings out of the little bag I had it in, and my fingers just can't pull that strip thing, the seal apart. I'm not sure. Okay, we'll work on that. All right, so there's the clasp. Lobster claw as usual. And it's interesting that it is knotted between each bead, usually an indication of some quality. There's some interesting banding in that glass.
No two beads are alike, that's for sure. I'm gonna guess 16. Let's see here. Well, even shorter than that. It's like more like 14 or 15. I knew it wasn't 18. And then we can work on this again here. While I'm trying to get these earrings out of a bag. Boy, I get frustrated if I'm going to take some scissors and cut the bag open. Okay. Come on. There. Nope. There. Okay. Nope. Oh, I see Kelly at 7. Thank you. Good thing I look up. You like chocolate. Oh, that's interesting. I'll say going once. Going twice. Last call. And sold to Killian for $7. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your other stuff. And write it down so I don't forget. Although I always go through my videos anyway, so. Okay, let's show some earrings. These are, I guess, technically, closet. I'll show you. Okay. Oops, let me bring the camera down. Earrings easier. There we go. So I'm going to call these. Oh, no. No. Stop that. Get rid of that. Green. A lot of green tonight. We'll start these at $5. And show it up close here. A better idea. A little flower pattern in there on both sides. And same thing in that one. It's really green with pink flower. Red in the center, and a silver bead on the bottom, and this is a dark. I guess it's a black bead on the top. Yeah, I don't. If I'm probably spelling it wrong, but is it cloisonne? I always get confused about whether it really is cloisonne. So but it is definitely a pattern. It is not a smooth. It is not smooth. It is. Let's see if I can show it. Give you a better idea. You can see that it is not a smooth. It is a pattern into the bead. See if we can get the contrast there a little bit for you. But so yeah, is it? Am I calling it wrong? Are you calling it cloisonne? I don't know. I could be misleading here. Again, I don't mean to, but I assume when you have this kind of pattern. Oh, misspelled. Yeah. Are they light? Yeah, I would say so. Quite. Yeah. Show you how they hang. If I can get it to focus. Yeah, they're quite light, actually. 5 I see from Kellyanne. Okay, we'll say going once. Going twice. I think these came from our
jewelry business, I think, because I know my wife did a lot of these. Last call. Excuse me. Let me grab another drink here real quick. I don't see a response from Marlene to the question. So we'll say sold. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me write that down. Put those back in the back. Whoa. Just dropped my pen. Grab my pen here. Goodness. Okay. All right. There's something else I want to show. Where is it? There it is. I actually have. I didn't think when I saw these on the card. I thought, oh, that can't be the original manufacturer, but it turns out it is. So I have a really interesting gold tone necklace. Let me bring the camera up because you won't see it all. You can see it all. And it's one of these kinds of double chain. And I'm leaving it on the card this time because it is extender chain. And it's by a company called Zap. That's what this little hang tag says, Zap. And that's even what this card says, is Zap. So, let's see, a Zap necklace, we can call this. We'll start this at $6, I think. No idea. But it's got two chains that come down. One with a little snake-shaped piece, and one with a looks like an eye shape, like that. There are little like stones or crystals in that piece there. Here's the back. Oh, there's stone in that too. I didn't realize that. I had it backwards. So there's little stones in that too, and a little snake thing. The manufacturing tag is right there. Zap. Looks like it's a lobster claw style clasp. And I tried to get you a length. It's going to be a little bit of a guess because of being card there. I'm going to say it's probably 16 with the. Let me look. I'll make sure the stones aren't missing. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be like a 16-inch necklace. This look at the best way to look at it for me is to bring it right up to the camera, and we can look at it really closely. So let me rest my hand here so I can keep my hands. I'm going to do it this way. And I got to move it because you can't always tell in the camera here but whether there's a stone or it's just the way the light is hitting it. I don't see any missing ones there. If I tilt it, you can see them pretty well. You can see them reflecting the light. So that one looks pretty good. Let's look at the little snake. I don't see anything missing there either. So I never even checked this one or comped it or anything. It says the company was established in 1986 in Santa Barbara, California. In the back tags. And you can see it's kind of like a rose gold color, the chain. I didn't see any markings on here other than the hang tag, little tag that says Zap. What the material would be of the chain. I didn't even check to see if it was magnetic. You see, it's a really delicate little chain. Oh, it doesn't appear to be. I mean, if you got it and you found that it was missing something, I would refund you. So I'm no problem with that. I have no argument. You get no argument from me. But I see you bid at 6. Oh, do you? Oh, that's cool. That's one brand I think I've heard of actually. And usually Marlene chips in and tells me what store they're associated with or something like that. But maybe it's not one she's familiar with yet either. So we'll say going once. Going twice. Last call. Type it better. I swear, as the day goes on, my typing gets worse. Sold to Kellyanne for $5. Thank you, Kellyanne. Let me put that in your other stuff. Write it down. Write it down. Okay. Oh, almost forgot. Jeez, Kellyanne. Okay. I did find another pair of those earrings. These are really interesting. Let's bring it up close. So I'm going to call these the handmade with rose earrings. And we were doing these for $5. I'm going to stick with that. And I know the glare on the light here. Let me fix that so it's not quite so intense. Yeah. Yep, I see Kellyanne at 5. That was the front. The backs are the same, or similar, I should say. Yeah, she had a really nice. She had some really nice stuff, and my wife picked out what she thought people would like. I guess she's got good taste, so. Yeah, I never realized that until my wife showed it to me. She said, "Oh, that's pretty cool." So, and they're not. You notice there's a slight difference in this case here. I think I'm beginning to wonder if that may be like a wallpaper or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. It's interesting. I can't tell if it's painted or patterned. It's something you'll have to determine for yourself, I guess. But they're pretty cool. Anyway, so we'll say going once. She did a nice job, I admit. I'll have to tell her if I see her again. Last call. Sold. Coming in for $5. Rose. And yes. Thank you. Okay, put that with your stuff. What are we doing on time here? Getting close to the end of the night here. Let me see what I've got left that I haven't gotten to. That I want to make sure I show you. Let's save some of that for next week. These pair of earrings. I'm going to take them off the card here because I don't think the card does them any justice. All right. Yeah, we'll save these rest of these for next week. These are post. No, these are shepherd hooks. Sorry. They're a bit tarnished, so I think. I don't know if it's tarnished. Yeah, it looks like tarnished to me. It's dark, dark. Let me set it against the white because I don't think the black does it any favors. These are just a loop with beads and shiny. Get it out there. I'll show you how they hang. But okay. Thank you, Marlene. You have a good weekend too. I actually have Friday off, so. Oh yeah, I know your name's Kelly. I try to. Some people don't prefer that people knowing their name, so I try to be careful about that. So, but okay, let's see. The last pair of earrings for the night. I'm gonna call these loop earrings because they're loopy shape. We'll start these at $4, and so let me show what they look like up hanging down. Maybe that's a better way to do it. Put the camera up and show you how they look when they're kind of dangly, loopy, blue. I think these are dark red beads, white beads, and then some seed beads in between. That's what I would call. I'm trying to get the color better for you here. You know, these beads here are really kind of an octagonal shape, and to me they are kind of a reddish tinge to them. And then the white beads, and then these are kind of melting colored. The sleeved ones are black, like a hematite. Maybe I don't think they're hematite, but they're that kind of color. And then you have these little discs that are like a heat fired. Sorry, when you heat up metal, sometimes it causes it to get kind of rainbowy colors, and that's what this looks like. So these I think are a thin metal, and same thing here in the other pair. So you can see there's some variation in that. But this to me looks like it's a dark red, white, black, and some white there as well. And the ear wires are dark, but you know I thought it was a tarnish at first, but I think they're deliberately black. So I'm trying to get the best I can here on camera. It's not easy. That's why I'm trying to do it against my fingers here, so you can see size-wise and how they hang as well. These are definitely handmade. I'm pretty sure about that. From looking at the design. Oh, somebody made these, I suspect. But anyway, that's what we have. And I see Killian at 4. So we'll say going once, going twice. Excuse me. Last call. And sold to Kelly for $4. Thank you. Let me write that down. Alrighty. Let me put those. I'm gonna put those in a little plastic bag instead of on the card. Stuff in here. Grab a bag. There we go. There we go. Just keep them from getting separated and put them in a bag. There. You put with your other stuff.
Okay, well, I think I'm going to call it a night because 10:30 is usually when I try to end. Now, let me just switch cameras real quick here. And I know last week, I think it was Beth I was talking with, possibly doing something together with her. And I will email her probably and see if we can set up something maybe in the next week or two. Maybe maybe it will be Wednesday. Maybe we'll do a different night, but try and do something. But I'll do my usual one on next week. Today's the 2nd. That's the 9th. Yeah, I should be able to do that. Yeah, I know the 11th. I've got something going on, and this Saturday I guess. My grandson's playing at a park. He's really good. He's 24 years old. He's a really talented musician. And he did very well at the last one he played at, which we missed, unfortunately. Um, and we'll be at another one for him this weekend. Yep, we'll get you. I'll get your invoice out in the next day or so here, Kelly. And I have to. If anybody else said from last week, I apologize. I did this at the beginning of the video. I don't know where my brain was. Late getting the invoices up from last week, but I'm going to work on getting up from this weekend, last week, by tomorrow or the day after. So you should see something. Well, yeah, I'll try and do it by tomorrow. I'm not doing Friday because that way, if you know, I can get it in the mail by Saturday, if that's possible. So, okay. Anyway, so yeah, so we're keeping pretty busy, and I'd say we 15 jars of strawberry jam later. Yeah, you have a good holiday too, Kelly. And we'll look forward to doing next week. I've already got, I say, some stuff I didn't get to tonight, and I'm sure we'll be digging into some more of our vintage stuff as well. And I have a room full of stuff. I think I have some more Ray Dunn stuff that I have up to unbox, so things like that. So we'll see what we got. Right. Alrighty. Happy 4th. Oops, there we go. Let's hit the right button.